What's going on? What's up, everyone? My name is Pardon My Presence, and you are listening to the Pardon My Presence YouTube channel, where I address common issues from a unique point of view. It's also a place where I pardon a space for critical thought and analysis in today's society where well-informed logical assessments are slowly becoming taboo. What's happening? What's going on? Pardon My Presence. I want to get right into something that I saw on the internet. It's a rapper who decided to put money in a duffel bag and present it to his mother as this is being a form of a down payment to buy a house. Now, this was all on video and it was presented to us, the viewers, on social media. And of course, everyone's congratulating the rapper and congratulating the mother. It's a great thing to see a son being able to provide for the mother after so many years of the mother, putting her life on the back burner to provide the lifestyle and the type of leeway that a son needs in order for them to go and chase their dreams. So it's all understood, right? I mean, just like how Tupac said, there's no way I can pay you back, but it's my plan to show you that I understand. You are appreciated. That type of shit, right? So all that is great, but I wonder if people realize that property is probably the biggest cost that you're going to incur as a celebrity. Right? Because you're not going to buy just some 2x4 condo in the sky. You're going to buy a nice place. It won't be no stacked townhouse. It's going to be a nice mini mansion for your mother, right? Which will cost, maybe 1 or 2 M's. But then you're going to buy yourself a condo as well. Sorry, not a condo. You're going to buy yourself a mansion as well, too, because you're going to be balling. You got to ball, right? You got to stunt. So you're going to buy your place, and that's going to be M's upon M's upon M's as well, too. Before you know it, you got 2 mortgages, and you're underwater for a lot of money on these properties. And Lord forbid that you ever injure yourself, or your album flops, or you get traded, or you get cut, or you get into some rap beef and you end up catching a charge, and now you have to pay all money for lawyers and stuff like that. So the point I'm making is that a lot of these athletes and rappers are getting into situations where the money is gone because they're spending on additional expenses that the normal person wouldn't have to spend on. And this is what I want to bring to the forefront at this point. I want you to consider this question that I'm going to pose to you. Whose responsibility is it to buy your mother a house? Think about it. Is it the son's responsibility? Is it a child's responsibility to buy their mother a house? No. So whose responsibility is it to buy the mother a house? That's right. The man. The man in the house. Whether that's her husband or your father. Because remember, the only reason why the son is buying the mother a house because the son is assuming the role of the man of the house, the husband. And this is where a lot of people get caught up, because if you come from a 2-parent household, more often than likely your father, your mother's husband, your father, is the provider, the breadwinner. It's his job to provide for the mother and the children. It's his job to make sure that everyone's taken care for, and that if you have enough money that you go and purchase a house so that you can all live comfortably under. It doesn't have to be a $2 million house, but it is property that you could say you own. It is the father's responsibility. But when the father is not in the house, when the father has disappeared, when the father is not present, when the father is an absentee father, now the son has to take on these roles. And this is dysfunction. So while we all have seen it online or in our personal lives, where one of our goals as a child is to grow up and be able to buy their mother a house, think about it in this respect. That is not normal. Because all that means, if you're taking on the burden to buy property for your mother, that means there is no father, there is no man for your mother, there's no husband. Something is missing from your mother's life. And even your mother could buy it on her own as well too, and some mothers do. But when the offspring has to take on that responsibility, that burden, to take on two households. They might not even have kids yet. They might not even been divorced and paying alimony and child support, but yet they're taking care of two households, their mother's and theirs. And more than likely, they wouldn't be able to say to their mom, you know what, mom, I paid for 50% of the house, you gotta cover the mortgage. Because the cost of the mortgage on this $2 million house is a lot more than what the mother could afford on her own anyways. On top of that, the utilities, hydro, gas, water bill, can't she cover all that? And you know you gotta get your mother a maid as well too, and caretakers. So if you wonder why celebrities, rappers, athletes become broke very quickly, that's probably the number one reason why, outside of, spending their money frivolously. But usually that's one of the reasons, because a house, property, is one of the biggest costs that you can undertake. One of the biggest financial endeavors you can ever undertake. So it's something that you gotta take seriously, and it's something you gotta ask yourself. If I am the one who has to buy their mother or my mother a house, where has my dad been all this time? Because that was my dad's responsibility, or her husband's responsibility. So just something that's food for thought for you guys, something for you to think about. Yes, we all praise it, we've all seen it, it's become commonplace, it's almost expected for the rapper, the athlete to do this. But we should ask ourselves, is this dysfunction? And the answer to that question is, yes it is. Let me know how you feel about this concept. Did I lose you? Like, comment, subscribe, share. Am I wrong? Am I out of place for saying this, out of line? You let me know, but that's what I'm seeing from my eyes. This is another form of dysfunction that we are celebrating. And it has put a lot of young men who should be starting their lives, going out in the world on their own without any burden, is putting them in a position where they have to take many steps back in order to provide this particular goal, which is buying a house for their mother. Until next time, pardon my presence. Peace.